So the big question is this: how do small businesses like yours, who feel like you're doing all the right things and going to all the right events, reach the federal buyer in a way that helps you win more contracts? That is the question, and this is the place to get your answers. My name is Neil McDonnell. Welcome to the GovCon Chamber of Commerce. Okay, let's get started. My name is Neil McDonnell, again with the GovCon Chamber. Welcome to the site and welcome to this video about LinkedIn. I really want to drive forward a lot of tips on how to maximize LinkedIn for your small business success within the federal government. A lot of people who are outside of small businesses, for example, the government contract or government themselves or larges, would definitely benefit from watching these, but these are targeted towards small businesses. In today's video, what I want to talk to you about is how I've begun to build up my presence again within LinkedIn to reach my target audience. I talked to you about this in a previous video where I said, this is where I'm at. I haven't been on LinkedIn for a year, and I'm going to build my presence up. I'm going to reach my audience again. I want to make sure I'm sharing relevant content, not just posting for the sake of posting. So these videos are all about guiding you down that path. So anyways, 2 days ago, I had posted the video, and just for a timestamp, today is March 10th, 2021. So on the 8th, I think I posted a video saying, all right, I'm getting started. And I just want to show you what I did in the last 2 days. And as I move forward and I see things that'll help me evolve what I want to do on LinkedIn, I want to share that with you. So the first thing I got here is the post I did. You can see it's 1 day ago. It actually was the first post that I got out. And it's this beautiful looking strategic command plan from the Cyber Command. And so it's awesome, right? And it was really relevant. It's relevant to what I do, supporting some of the small businesses outside the GovCon Chamber in the cyberspace, cloud space, et cetera. This document was just awesome. So I wanted to share it with people. You can see I put some content in here. It was written basically by the vice commander or the commander of U.S. Fleet Cyber Command, and this guy TJ White. So I made sure I tagged him in here, linked to the command's LinkedIn site. So I'm just trying to pull people in who might see it, and a couple of hashtags. I'm always about 3 hashtags. Anything more than that, it begins to not really play out too well. So anyways, I got it. It's good. I summarized what I wanted to summarize, and I read these documents through and through. I read them completely. And so when I'm sharing it with people, it's a little bit. So let me show you a little bit of the results on that first day, right? In the first day, I got 10 people to like it. And in the GovCon space, for those of you who don't know this, people don't engage as much. They view, you'll see your view count might go higher and higher, depending on who you are and who your audience is or who your connections are. But not a lot of people view things in here. So, here's Sam Ryan, for example. You can see him, right? I write winning SBIR or SBIR proposals. He's a great guy, former contracting officer with the Air Force, but he's in there seeing it right away. And you can see I got 1,788 views on my content. And the thing that I like best about this is the people I'm trying to reach are the small businesses and the federal government as a secondary target audience, right? And large primes. I want large primes to see who I am and what I'm doing in the chamber, because then maybe I can help push or influence small businesses into those large primes. So it's a big circle between the government, large primes, and small businesses. But anyways, when you look here, you can see, FEMA turned out, for some reason, DHS just jumped to the top, right? 28 people from DHS when you count Homeland and FEMA visiting this. And then, coming through some of these other organizations and company. So these are all top firms: Booz Allen, SAIC, Uncommon. Uncommon is a kind of a very large, small. I think they're getting ready to graduate, but I like how they're sitting there right neck and neck with SAIC and Booz Allen, who have thousands of employees. But this is a good start for me. And if you haven't done this before, this also provides you data about the roles people have. I don't generally care about the roles because people's roles don't mean anything. Somebody might, I might call myself a vice president. What does that mean? So I don't really get value out of the roles, but I do get value out of the location. I can see that, right here in the East Coast is where the bulk of what is being viewed. I would like to get more visibility in the West Coast, which I have none at the top, you can see here. So I noticed that there's nothing in California. San Diego is a big area I'd like to develop a lot of relationships with because of the Navy that's out there in particular. And then also Colorado. So in Denver, I want to increase that area. There's a huge presence out there with Air Force, USDA, and some others. So that's important to me. I have very good traction, obviously, here in the DC area, since that's where I'm at. Anyways, that's what, that's some of the data you can see when you put this out there. And you can see there's reactions. The one thing that's interesting, it doesn't show it here, but people do share. And so right next to this view, there should be something that says 3 reshares or something. Pat might like it and click on it and share it to his connection. That should show up, but LinkedIn occasionally has these little hiccups and it doesn't show. But it doesn't matter. You can see good, respectable 1,700 people viewing my content. First day I'm back on internet, right? I mean, on LinkedIn. Now, don't compare your numbers with me. It's not about a numbers game for you. It's funny. It's what I tell my kids. I have twins, and you shouldn't compete against each other. You should compete against yourself. I want to do better tomorrow than I'm doing today. I don't really care what you do. I care what I do. And here it's the same thing. Make sure when you're thinking about numbers, don't compare it. Because if I compared myself to other people on YouTube, I get like, 10 views or something on a video that I know is a good video, and somebody else will put out a video and get hundreds and hundreds. I'm like, whatever, as long as we're putting content out for people to see. So, okay, let me show you. That was yesterday. Today's post, similar. I follow this similar pattern. I try to have a clean looking set of content. I really want it to be helpful for people when they read it, but it's also chock full of keywords. So if anybody's ever searching things, they find it. You can only have 1,300 characters in here, but this is important. So I did the same thing. I'm linking to the command site. This is at so I did the Navy's cyber command. Now today was the Army cyber. I'll probably do something, frankly, tomorrow on the Air Force, but here I put this out, and it's a great PDF, has a lot of good information. And this one, by the way, is just so phenomenal, because inside of here, what they're putting is their challenge problems. They're saying, we have a problem with this and we need the help from industry. And that's why I put this information out there. I'm getting this, I'm digesting it and giving it to the customers I might support, but I put this right back out on LinkedIn because I want everybody to be able to get access to it who can. So I put this out 11 hours ago this morning. So 11 hours ago, I got 17 folks liking it. You begin to see, like, one of the things you didn't see is on my previous one, the comment was coming from, people from the government. That's who's commenting on this stuff. So it's awesome. And then coming down here, Joe, he's a great guy. If you're in cybersecurity, he's a great person to follow. Thanks for putting a comment there, Joe. But you can see I got 1,500 views on this. And if I go in and I look at this, it's this same traction that I'm looking for, right? Here's Booz Allen, SAIC, who were on top of my other video. They're on top here, plus 𝘄cie. And this is the direction I'm trying to go, right? And now I've got Air Force in here, and they're looking at the Army stuff. I'm telling you, I did this course on how to prove you're a 𝘁. And one of the ways you can prove you're a 𝘁 is by helping the government learn lessons from each other. Those agencies don't have an easy way to learn from the Army doesn't have an easy way to learn from the Air Force, et cetera. And so if you can be that channel of information that you're the expert on, they would appreciate it. And so you can see in here, Air Force, Booz Allen, 𝘄cie, this following, there's Uncommon again. And then Army, Navy, Air Force, I'm hitting the people I want. And this one is awesome to me because I'm supporting people on the cloud side. We do a lot on the cloud side. And Amazon is a big target audience of mine. I want to reach them. So that's awesome. And then coming over here, I already mentioned, you can see the area, but one of the things I liked on this one is you can see now I'm reaching Los Angeles on this one. So LinkedIn, from my first day's activity with my connections looking at it, LinkedIn saw that was good, and my connections valued the content I put out. So today when I put it out, they must have pushed it to a different group of people. I have 16,000 or so connections. LinkedIn, when I put a post out, they won't share it with everybody, but they'll put it out to a group of people, their feeds, and they'll see if people engage on my content, if they click, if they scroll, whatever. And if they do, they'll begin to do it more. And so you want to do the same thing. I've been doing this for years, though. I've been in LinkedIn since 2007. So don't expect fast results for yourself. Again, just try to be better than you were yesterday. Okay, so one last thing I want to show you from this first effort that I've been doing the first couple of days is right here. You can see that my view count is now 261 people have viewed it in the past 90 days, and that's up 39%. And that significantly went up over the last 2 days. When I started this, I was at 248. So now we've got, another, what is that, 13 or something people have viewed it in the last few days. What I expect is to have more and more of these people viewing it. So that's a lot for some of you, and for some of you, it's not a lot, and that's fine. I'm not competing against you, right? And I don't want you to compete against me, but I do want to see my own numbers go up because I am trying to reach an audience through LinkedIn. So anyways, one thing this tells me though is, hey, I've got people starting to look. Well, so my posts are successfully driving people to come look at my profile. What I need to do is to clean up my profile. And I'm just going to come here for a second and look at the profile that I have. And you can see this if I scroll in a little bit. I'm a little fixated on a banner with sailing, but it doesn't actually tell people anything. So I need to reevaluate it. I need to reevaluate my whole profile. I will never change this though, because I love my tagline. It really drives home pretty quickly what I believe and how I can help people, right? It's just a process. But coming down here, this about section is really important because these new people who are clicking on my profile say, who is this Neil guy? Or they know me, but they're reminding themselves who I am. When you look in here, I did this in end of 2017, early 2018, where I'm writing things like this 13 billion. That was when I created the HubZone Chamber of Commerce. And I was trying to get the $13 billion that should go to HubZones off the table and into HubZone's hands. We changed the name of the organization to the GovCon Chamber of Commerce because the tips we were providing, we realized were helping everybody. But anyways, so in here, I'm talking a lot about that in the first paragraph. I'm talking about some of this HubZone stuff. And the point is, when I look at this isn't quite how I would communicate my message now. I'm so much better today at helping the small business and frankly, the whole GovCon industry, both the government and industry, helping. I'm so much better than I was 3 years ago. And it doesn't really reflect in here. So I want to come back. And then there's also stuff in here that I don't really care about anymore. Like the Small Business Success Club, this is something I had thought I would do to fund the chamber so I could always keep it free, but it didn't work the way I wanted because I never want to charge small businesses that are making, let's say, less than $10 million. I don't want to take $1 from them unless it's donated, right? I don't want to take $1 from them for anything I'm providing in tips. And so we went away from that. So anyways, I have to clean this about section. This featured section is pretty good at the moment. It's got a large Prime event I did and some CMC stuff. But one of the things I really believe in is what have you done for me lately? And so I want to help industry with more relevant and recent content. So I'm going to come back to that in there. And then you'll see the same pattern as I come down. I want to make sure I'm cleaning this stuff up and putting some content in that'll help. So my point here is because I was getting those views that you saw on this previous page, I realized I need to clean up my profile. So when people come here, this is their first impression. Well, actually, the first impression is the post I put, right? But you get my point. And so this is all kind of this continuous feed. I don't spend a lot of time on it. Just to answer a question that you might be asking, this thing here took me less than an hour to do with 2 7-year-olds sitting next to me, asking for Minecraft advice. So I could do it playing Minecraft and in the morning at 7 o'clock, then you could do something where you're the expert. Again, don't write what is not your specialty. I know out of Los Angeles, there's the Bain Group and there are SharePoint experts. That's the tips they should be writing. They shouldn't really be writing command or small business tips. Their content should be around SharePoint, Office 365, because they know everything about it and they're in the GovCon space. Agencies and other industry or other businesses would want to know about it. Okay, so hopefully you found that valuable. If you did find this content valuable, others are going to do that. Please give it a thumbs up so they can find it. If you'd like to connect with me personally, do so on LinkedIn. We often do free training webinars, as I mentioned, and interview federal buyers. Sign up for the GovCon Chamber's email list to be notified about all those opportunities right here at www.govconchamber.com. And finally, please consider becoming a sustaining member of the GovCon Chamber of Commerce. Help us keep bringing you great content like this for $1 a day. I'm Neil McDonnell, wishing you great success.